Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to Gals on the Go podcast. It's Brooke.
And Danielle. Hope you're all having a fabulous day. I hope you're drinking your pumpkin spice latte or your matcha, or
I've got my pumpkin cream cold brew right here.
I've got my iced soy latte right here.
That's such an OG Danielle order.
I know. Yeah. Iced vanilla latte, baby. No vanilla though. I actually almost got this with the pumpkin cream because I did that.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we finally did it. I got so many DMs. You guys need to follow us on Instagram so you see what we're doing in real time. At Brooke Michio, at Danielle Carolyn. But we've been talking about doing this like just good old-fashioned fall mall day, because living in the city, there's stores around us at all times, don't get me wrong, we're still shopping, but just going to a good old suburban mall. Not that the American dream is a suburban mall,
but it's a big mall.
It's a big mall with Bath and Body Works and
Sephora.
Not Abercrombie, we learned.
No Abercrombie, but they did have an Aritzia. They had a Uniqlo. I'm wearing the shirt now. Anyways, it's a good vlog. I watched a little bit of your vlog, and
people
it was very
loved
fun.
it.
Yeah, they were really nice.
Yeah, it was a good time. Yeah. We finally got that like fall mall day, and we did like the pumpkin of it all. And anyways, we finally did it. Just wanted to update you guys because we've been talking about it a lot.
Go watch the vlog. YouTube.
Yeah, I didn't mean that to be a
Danielle Carolyn.
No, go watch Brooke's videos too. She vlogged too.
This episode is good. It's great, actually.
It's great. Not just good.
They're great. You know the cereal commercials?
Oh, I was thinking like, hope you're having a great day, not just a good day.
Oh, well that. But then there's.
Oh, great. The tiger. The Kellogg.
Kellogg
Tiger. Frosted Flakes. Where are we headed today?
I don't know where we're going. Well, actually, I know where we're going. We're talking about attending weddings culture. We are talking moving in with a significant other and just dating and hitting the field, dating apps, whatever, with Lindsay Metzler from We Met at Acme.
Literally, guys, it was such an exciting moment for Brooke and I. We've both been listening to We Met at Acme for years. Like, I remember listening in my sophomore year of college apartment, like cleaning, like listening to We Met at Acme. She, the name is based on Acme is a bar club in New York City, and so it's like We Met at Acme, like dating stories of New York. Not just New York though, like people submit their questions. She gives such great advice. She's known for giving like her dating rules and all that, and we had so many questions for her because she just got married herself. She's been going to a lot of weddings, bachelorettes, and we're about to enter that era, so we thought it'd be really fun to do an episode with her, asking her all the cues.
Very good. And we went on her podcast. We got a little spicy over there.
Yeah.
And it's fun, so go check it out. I think her episode will be up a little bit after ours, but this episode's great. But we wanted to do like a proper sit down intro, catch you guys up, ketchup and mustard and etc.
Ketchup, mustard, and mayo
on our lives. And what's up? How was your weekend?
What's up? My weekend was lovely. I tried a lot of new foods last weekend. It was disgusting.
I'm buckled in. I saw the one thing you tried, and I'm really freaking offended because I feel like I've tried to get you to try other foods and then you jump to level 100.
Are you talking about escargot?
Yes.
Okay, well the thing with escargot, it's not like, to me, is it seafood? I thought it was just normal like snails. Not that snails.
I mean, regardless, I feel like Danielle's like a quote like picky eater or whatever, like a little bit, not like crazy.
Certain foods I will not eat.
Like, she won't eat mayonnaise, but she'll eat escargot. Like, I'm just struggling to understand the jump here.
You know what it is? No, you should be honored. So, like, I went to... Basically, I was about to go to dinner with some friends, and Shannon Ford texted me and was like, do you want to come sit at the bar at Balthazar with me? Like, it was just so random. But she, like, is friends with all the bartenders there, whatever. I was already dressed. Brooke was in Brooklyn. I was like, let's fucking go. Let's go. Sure. Went, sat down, got some drinks, whatever, and she was like, I'm hungry, like I want to get some snails. And I was like, oh my god, literally no. And I said to her, I was like, that's disgusting, like I will not eat it. She's like, no, you will. And I was like, no, I'm not. The thing is, when you're with someone, like I'm getting closer with Shannon, we're getting closer with Shannon, but like with you, I can be like, no, like I'm literally not. When someone like you're not as close with, you know what I mean? You're like, okay, like,
yeah,
you know.
You feel like pressured. You're like, for sure.
Yeah, like those snails popped out, and I was like, holy shit. What made it better? They brought bread out, and you put the snail. I literally looked away. She prepared it for me. It literally tasted like garlic, but my stomach felt so weird. Like I felt weird. Like I'm not gonna like order them again. Fast forward or rewind to the last 2 nights before that. My manager was in town. There was just like other events, whatever. One of the nights I was so hungry, and the whole menu was basically seafood up until the entree. It was lamb, and I was like, what do I do? And I was with Katie, who doesn't really like seafood either, but the first thing was oysters, and I was like, I don't like oysters, whatever. I was with my manager, and she's like, I don't really like oysters either, but like let's just try it together. I was so hungry, like I literally needed food. Tried it. It wasn't bad, but again that night I went home, my tummy felt so weird because then the second course was lobster. Like my stomach literally went through it. It was so many like weird
New
things
foods, but you had to because there was nothing else.
Yeah, that I was like, I mean, yeah, there was nothing. I mean, that was and I didn't want to be rude. Like it was one of those. It was like a seated dinner. This is the next course. Like I didn't like. I could have said I wanted.
Did you pick it or you actually ate it?
No, I actually ate it. I was like actually that hungry.
Wow,
it was 2 oysters,
really
and then the next thing was like lobster with potatoes. So I picked around a little bit, but seafood's really hard for me. But yes, don't be offended. It's because those people I'm not as comfortable with. So I'm like, okay.
Escargot is like level like 100. Like I don't eat that. No, like
have you tried it?
No, like the concept is just it doesn't sit right.
If it wasn't snails, like I'd probably eat it again because like it was pretty good.
No,
like if Shannon like she didn't make me another one, but like if she had, I probably would have eaten it because I was like hungry.
Yeah, I'm really impressed by you. That was really, you threw me through a loop this week, though, I will say. This is so off-brand.
My mom was messaging me like, like, what? Like, everyone was so confused.
Yeah.
So my stomach really took it this weekend. But then I went to Tacombe on Friday night and got tacos and everything was right in the world. So yeah, I like didn't really, Friday night, just went to dinner with some friends. Saturday morning, my aunt took the train. Aunt Zebby from Long Island came into town. She just is she's so entertaining to be around, if I'm being honest. Like,
did you vlog this all?
I didn't.
You took some time off.
Because I knew I wanted to do like a Sunday vlog.
Oh, yeah.
Because sometimes if I do the Sunday vlog, then I actually clean and like do the shit like Clara does, so anyways, it was her birthday, so we went to lunch at American Bar. We did some shopping in Soho. I bought her a little gift.
So sweet.
Per your recommendation, because I was like, I don't know what to get my aunt. I love her to pieces, but she literally returns everything. Like even if it's like good, she's like, she wants to go and buy it herself. So I was like, I don't know what to buy her. And Brooke was like, go shopping. And if she's about to buy something, be like, I got it.
That's always a fun little tip if you guys are looking to treat someone special in your life. Yeah,
that was she really liked that move. It was good. Yeah, she was.
So what was the gift?
It was a To-Me wallet.
Whoa! Hello, bouge.
I know. It was actually fairly priced, I will say. So I got lucky there.
Okay.
I was sweating a little bit when we walked into To-Me. I was like, oof. She's like, I need a new wallet, and I was like, this could go many ways.
That's a great gift, though. She'll think about you every time she pays.
Yes, it was a lovely experience, and she's like so happy. Like we went home and she like put all the stuff from her old wallet into the new, that like fun feeling.
Cute. Yeah.
I like had this thought too. Like I've had my wallet for years, but I buy like so many bags. But with wallets, like, do you have your same wallet for a while?
For why? I was thinking about this recently too.
Yeah, we don't really repurchase wallets.
Yeah, I feel like every 3 or 4 year purchase.
Yeah, like when it's starting to break.
Yeah. And like, I don't know. In college, I feel like I had this like big fat wallet, and then I like sized down.
Right.
Because I was like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I used to carry around every single gift card, coupon, anything that I've ever gotten, and then I was like, the odds of me like spontaneously going into like Garage, the clothing store, are slim.
It's
so
like true.
I'm gonna shop online or like make a plan to go. Like,
No, it's so true. For me, it switched when I started driving. Because I remember, like, I used to have this big pink Kate Spade wallet with, like you said, like, literally everything. But then I wanted to be that girl with, like, little card keys and lanyard and all that.
What'd you get, the Louis Vuitton little
I got the
guy?
Louis Vuitton. I got a fake one first, and then I upgraded, and I bought myself a real one. But
that's a convenient. I love a card holder. I think it's very efficient, especially in these days with the Apple Pay. But always carry your cash. Always carry your cash.
I am really learning this. Like,
thank you.
It's good to do. But yeah, so then we had a lovely I watched Harry Met Sally when Harry Met Sally for the first time. I've never seen that. Oh, so good.
So good.
The New York of it all, like the romance, like it was just so, it was the perfect like Saturday night. I'm like so here for Saturday nights in. I like Friday nights out, Saturday nights in. Some people are opposite. Or I'll do whatever. I just love a night in on the weekend. It's very like,
oh my God, an indulgence. Yeah.
Yeah. So we did that. Sunday morning, we found like a diner. We went there and then she left. I was supposed to go apple picking, but it was supposed to rain, so we didn't. But it was good because then I just got to do like Sunday reset and clean and be a Clara.
So is your apartment like an amazing state right now?
Amazing state. Sheets are clean.
Wow.
Laundry's done. Counters spotless. Like there's no clutter anywhere. I like fluffed my couch, like that kind of day.
Yeah.
So I really set myself up for success. Well, kind of. I was still like in a rush this morning, of course, because I was like having a leisurely morning. But
you were doing emails and catching yourself being busy.
Yeah, just doing
just girly things.
Just girly things. How was your weekend?
It was great. I feel like it's so funny because I feel like I'm on the side of TikTok now where it's like medium distance relationships. Have you been seeing this?
No, but that's like,
and it's dramatic because I'm still in New York, but it's something new. So I feel like that's where I'm at. I've shared before. I think that Ben moved to Brooklyn. he used to live in Manhattan, really not far from me. So I've just never had this problem. It would be like, oh, it's 7 p.m. Like, I'll come over now. And it takes 15 minutes to get there. And like, you know, I could either eat dinner there or whatever. Like, I just feel like I never thought about it as much. Or even just, I'm very lucky because I feel like in Manhattan, I'm pretty centrally located that I can pop around. If friends, you know, want to grab a drink, I'll be there, you know? Like, it's very like zip, zap, zop. The perks of living in New York City, of course. Brooklyn is still great, but not a lot of people in my life live there. And it's just, it's more to think about. I'll say that. I can't as easily pop home to like change and then like go back there to like spend the day there, you know? I have to be more thoughtful with it.
Yeah, and it's not like he's not like right like off the bridge.
No,
like,
it's not. We're not like, it's not like Williamsburg.
Yeah,
It's like right there. Yeah.
To clarify.
No, definitely not. It's just
it's a little bit more of a hike for you.
Yeah, and it requires a little more thoughtfulness and planning, I guess, with like time spent together. So we're learning that weekends are a lot of that. So I, you know, pack my bag and I head over there, and it's like very thoughtful time together, more so. So what did I do? Friday night we stayed in. We went to the farmers market in Prospect Park on Saturday.
I wanted to ask about that.
Great, beautiful, but I think it's comparable to like the Union Square one and stuff. Like, I don't think it's like on another level or anything like.
But it's like you get to Brooklyn people watch and like see the
very
families
fun.
in the back.
Yes. And we walked through the park like on the way there, which was nice. I did feel a little faint at one point because I didn't eat breakfast or anything. And
That'll do it.
I was like, for some reason, I was just like hot. I was in so many layers, and then it was like 65. I'm like peeling off the layers. I was like, I don't feel so good. And like, yeah,
we've all been there.
Me dramatic. Had a peaceful rest of the day. And then I ended up at the Mirage on Saturday night. It's the inside part now, so it's the avant-garde. Who did I see? Sonny Federa. I've never even heard of this person. It was like, let's go. And he was pretty good.
I just have to call this on Friday or Thursday. I don't know. Whenever
it was Friday.
Friday we were together, and I was like, what are you up to this weekend? You're like, nothing much. And I said, I'm fully going to wake up Sunday morning, and you're going to have stories at the Brooklyn Mirage. What did I do? Wake up on Sunday?
I was like, no way. Nope, not this weekend. And sure enough, it happened. It's just a really late night, I will say. So like, I didn't go out Friday and then like Saturday, but it goes into, you're going to bed at like 4 or 5 in the morning. Like, it's so ridiculous.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's just so crazy because like you're not in that era anymore, but like I guess you are. Like, you don't go out a lot
because it will just be random weekends where it's either
but
like
when you do,
it's 0 or 100 for me. Really, I have no in between, no chill.
It's not no chill. That's what those concerts are, because they don't come out till 2 a.m. 1 a.m.
We need a petition to change that. Like,
and it sucks because that's like your music, so it's like you gotta do what you gotta do.
Gotta do what you gotta do. Trying to think what I did Sunday.
12 chairs.
Oh yeah, and then Sunday we went to 12 chairs in Williamsburg, which was lovely. They have two like the Soho location, gone
so good
so many times now. Love it. But that was the first time. It's the same menu, I think.
Oh really?
Have you been to you went to the Soho one when you went, right? Yeah, it's the same menu, I think. Actually, that one has liquor. For some reason, the Soho one only has beer and wine.
Oh yeah.
The Williamsburg one has a full bar.
That's exciting.
Menu. It's just, if you're in the city and you find yourself wanting hummus, or honestly, I've never gone with a group this size, but if you have like 6 people, so ideal because you could share. It's like perfect for sharing plates.
Yeah, for sure.
So
good like lunch spot too, I feel.
Great lunch spot. They have good brunch. I mean, it's just, I love the food. Is every time I have it, I'm like, this is better than I remembered being the last time, you know?
What do you get? Or do you change it up?
We always get the mushroom and onion hummus.
Oh, not just the regular hummus.
The mushroom and onions, next level.
Okay. Gotta remember that. Okay.
And then there's shareable plates. Like, there's like one section that's like, 4 for like 25 or something. So then like, it's like dips and like spreads and stuff. So we get, I might pronounce this stuff wrong. You can correct me, but don't come for me because it's like, it's delicious Israeli food. Labana, like it's like, you might not like it. It's like a yogurty spread. Baba ganoush. Do you like baba ganoush?
Yeah, I like baba ganoush.
Falafel. Do you like falafel?
Yeah.
Like checking and like, you eat escargot now. Let's see what she likes. And then what's the last one that we get on that? I'm trying to think.
So you do shareables is what you're saying?
Yeah, and then we got like all of the dishes are made for sharing too. Like we got chicken, but like it's like 2 big chicken like things that we can like split up and share. Like it's made for group. I feel like even the mains are made. Even the sandwich, it's cut into 2s, like served in different.
Okay,
it's kind of made
doing
for
it
sharing.
right. I've been ordering the chicken, and then I'm like
the chicken schnitzel.
It's like on skewers.
Oh no.
Okay, it's a different chicken. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so much food.
Well, no matter what's a lot, we came home with so much. And
that is exciting to have leftovers, though.
The pita is just There's nothing like it.
Warm, and the hummus has like oil in the middle, and it's
so good. I'm trying to think what else we got. Oh, pierogies. Do you like pierogies? Have you ever
I don't
had
think
them?
I've had one.
It's like dough with like potato inside. Like it's
I
just
can't
amazing.
not like
yeah,
a pierogi then.
they're delicious. And then like a vegetable of some kind, I think.
Yum.
Anyways,
Love. Yeah.
pretty much anything is a hit.
So a lovely weekend. Very
Basi-
well-rounded farmers market to
Yeah.
Mirage at 2 a.m.
Yeah,
So,
and your Aunt Debbie, the Sunday reset. The
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, and Friday we did something exciting together. There was a shared experience. We took some photos.
oh my God. I literally was like, why did we see each other on Friday? Like, I cannot.
Yes, you'll learn more next week. And I know, okay, we could just address the glitch that we had a few weeks ago. If you listened,
I know. It didn't get edited out, but we thought our merch was supposed to come out. Basically, we had to like do some more things on the back end before releasing the merch. So just got to wait one more week.
yeah, we like accidentally had it in an episode. We were like, it's out now, go look. And everyone's like, where is it? And we were like, we hadn't even shot it at that point, but we were recording in advance thinking that we would have
Yeah,
shot
we're like,
it.
yeah, it'll be out by now. And we just missed the
Yeah,
timing
yeah.
there. But now there's going to be even more merch, and it's literally such a good drop.
Next Wednesday, like literally mark your calendars. They're like, I'm giddy over this
I'm
stuff.
giddy.
I'm
We just
giddy.
got the photos, and we're like giddy over those.
Yes,
Like they were
Christmas morning will be the day the merch drops.
yes, like such great gift ideas for friends, for stuff to match with your besties. So
Oh, good stuff.
yeah.
So that was fun, and we did it up. I mean, I'm so happy with the pictures. It's
Yeah.
nice, like taking photos, and you're like, wow, I don't hate these of myself.
Yeah,
you know?
it was quite nice, and we both did our own makeup that day too.
We did.
I know. We were just like, let's just be cost effective today. Like, let's just do this up. So yeah, so that's our little catch up.
Catch up. Should we get into some recommendations? The things you're
Sure.
watching or
Sure.
etc. I don't know.
I want you to go first.
Mine, I'm not done with watching the show, but have you heard of it? You might not like it, actually. It's called The Watcher on Netflix. Did I tell you about this, maybe?
No.
Okay.
But my aunt made me start this on Saturday night.
I
I literally made her turn it off.
I
I
was
was
gonna
getting
say,
so anxious.
I don't think you would like it.
I like thought I was going to, because it's more like mystery-ish, but the spookiness, the people popping up on the field and shit, not for me.
It's like weird because it's real. Like it's based on a true story. Did you know that?
Yes, and that never works for me when I
Yeah.
see that.
Yeah, no. So it's about this. I didn't listen. There's like all like articles and stuff, but I'm waiting because I don't know the ending yet. So I can't.
You don't
I'm only
wanna
on
look
like
it
episode
up,
like
you
5
know?
or whatever. But it's about this house in New Jersey that everybody who's lived there has gotten these letters from this person called, quote, the Watcher. And they're these type letters basically like, I'm watching you. I know the names of your spouse, your family, like, you know, and I know what they look like. And like, they're not like, they're threatening, but they're not like, they're threatening in
It's
the
just
sense.
spooky.
Yeah, there's
like
just-
someone's looking at me.
There's spooky, threatening letters. Then like they find that the people were inside the house, outside the house. They install security cameras. They still find out that they're getting inside. Like it's very, very freaky stuff. Not good.
The house is beautiful.
Yeah, I mean that's what the draws the people to move there, I guess. And then
Right.
you're watching it so frustrated though. You're like, why don't you leave? Because like they'll be like things.
Go on, leave. Like, it's
They'll-
so fucking scary.
Because it's like life-threatening stuff, you know, and it's like, okay, it's time to go. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you have like kids in this house.
I was gonna say, and that's because it's just a movie, but I guess this actually
It did happen. It did happen. So I don't know what the ending is.
Oh my
I would
God.
say it's scary, but like it's more. Yeah, I guess it is like pretty scary.
It's suspenseful. It just didn't sit right with me. I don't know how you live alone could like go home and be like,
Yeah. I guess I just tried
no,
to
but
get
it was
past
number one on Netflix, and my aunt likes stuff like that, so I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. But then we had to switch to When Harry Met Sally, so I was like, I have to not think
Like,
about
great
it.
movie. But now I'm terrified to move to the suburbs someday. I'm like, we have to like send a letter. Like I have to send a letter to these people and be like, is your house safe? Like,
Yes,
is
that-
everything okay? Because you just don't know when
Like,
you buy a house. I guess
I know. I've gotten like too comfortable with apartment living. Like
Yeah.
it's just so hard to get up to an apartment because there's like so many steps. I feel. Whereas a house, it's like here's the door. I don't like
and just
it.
you don't know also if your neighbors are like creepy or anything like that. Like that's also plays into it. It's like they have like creepy
Oh
neighbors.
my
that
god! I literally
know.
am getting so spooked.
I know. Sorry, Halloween. It's Halloween.
It's Halloween
the week
episode.
after. This is it's the week after. Which we didn't even update you guys on Halloween or whatever because we're recording this before. But go to our Instagrams to see our Halloween costumes.
Yeah, sadly, no costumes together this year.
No, we both are in relationships and fucking annoying now. So
I know.
yeah.
I guess because last year Ryan was like gone for Halloween weekend.
Where was he?
He went to Atlanta for the Braves World
Oh,
Series.
yeah, I
last
remember that.
minute they like went to the World Series. He was like, I have to go, and I'm so happy he went. It was like fine. But yeah, so I've like literally, I'm gonna throw up. I have 3 couples costumes this weekend.
Oh,
I'm
3.
like, I hate myself. But you have 2 couples costumes.
Yeah, I feel so annoying, but at the same time, I'm like, it's fun, haha.
And the guys usually, they don't really care. Like Ryan was like, sure, like, well, you guys are always seen, but I was like, we're gonna be Carrie Bradshaw, Mr. Big, just because he, like, everyone always says he like gives that energy. I was oh, perfect,
but non-toxic Mr.
not
Big.
toxic, freaky, all that things. But I was like, he's not gonna say yes, and I texted him. I was like, would you be down? He was, yeah, sure. Like, I just wear a suit. Guys are so easy with costumes. I will say, like, you can almost everything. If it's something they don't feel comfortable wearing, that's a different thing.
Yeah, I found that too. I was like, hopefully Ben's okay with this. Like, I bought the costume without like hearing back, and he was like, of course. Like, what do you mean? I was like, oh,
but
I don't know. I feel like I get weirder about costumes. Like, I don't like blood. I don't like gore.
No, girls are the more picky ones. Like, yeah, I know. I know. I don't like the bloody costumes for me personally. Like, I wouldn't be able to look at myself in the mirror. Like, the eye, like, tears.
Yeah. I think it looks sick on other people.
So cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
It makes me think of Mean Girls when she comes out in the costume.
Yes.
And everybody's dressed like slutty, you know, and
she,
she's
like actually was dressed up like in a, like,
you look scary, Katie.
That scene is just forever iconic.
Yeah.
Because, like, how could she know? She, like, didn't live there.
No.
Like, she didn't know that was what happened. But, like, she just dressed up in a costume.
Yeah.
I think any right person that, like, didn't know would do that.
Very funny.
That was so silly.
Okay, so what are you watching? Is it a show?
The Watcher.
Or?
Yeah, it's a show.
Okay.
It's a show that I kind of just put on every now and then. I've been watching it for like a month or 2 now. It's called Virgin River on Netflix. We might have
I always
spoken
see it,
about
but
this.
like I feel like that's one of those. It's like literally always in the top 10. I'm like, I have no context of what the show's about.
So I actually got the summary, or not, whatever. The series follows Mel, a widow trying to find herself after the tragic loss of her husband when she moves to the small town of Virgin River in Northern California to work for a cranky old doctor at a small clinic. Her life changes completely. Virgin River isn't the small, quiet, sleepy town she thought it was. That makes it sound like spooky. It's definitely not. To me, it's giving like Hallmark movie vibes, but like it has a lot more to it, like more storyline, more dynamic. There's some romance, but the vibes of it's very like wilderness. I don't know. It kind of like grounds me. So I like having it on when I'm doing stuff. I don't pay super close attention, but if you did, like, you would still really enjoy it. I started watching it because Mickey, the girl who does her nails, she had it on. I was like, oh, I actually could get down with this.
I love that.
So that's my rec of the
I was
week.
actually going to ask if Mickey was, because I feel like there's some shows she was watching you would not have liked it the other day. American Horror Story.
Oh, yeah. There have been times I've had to ask to change it. I'm that bitch because you're in there for 2.5 hours.
I know. You're locked in. And your view is the TV. So
Yeah,
you're
like-
like, oh.
It is nice
Yeah.
that she's always playing a trendy show.
Always. Like, she was like, new American Horror Story in New York came out. And I was like, I mean, I'm going to just read my book, but you can watch
Sure, you
that.
can watch.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you read.
Yeah.
I did read once. I need to bring my Kindle. I need to remember that.
You're due for your reading.
I'm going to the salon tomorrow. I'm so excited because my nails broke.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Did you notice that?
I noticed like
At the photo shoot?
like a week ago, like I noticed like I think the
Yes.
last time we recorded they looked like this too.
Really? Oh, maybe. They broke. I think they broke right before Kelly's event. I don't know.
Oh, maybe that's what. Oh yeah, because maybe we recorded that day. I don't know, whatever. But it's just unlike you. Like I feel like that's not out of character for you.
I just like didn't have time to go get them fixed. Like I was just like, they're white, whatever. But no,
No, they don't look terrible. But I just was like,
No, I think they look terrible. So it's
I just
okay.
noticed it's an out of character trait for you. I feel.
Yeah. Oh my god, did you get red nails?
Yes, I did.
Fuck, I was gonna do that. Are you gonna be mad at me? I'm just now realizing this.
I mean, I already
I'll
have
wait another
them.
week.
I already have them.
When did you get these done? You just must have
Last
not posted it. You didn't post a story.
Maybe not.
I didn't
don't know.
notice. Okay, I won't. I was fully with you last week. God, now I can't get red nails to the next cycle. I'll do like brown or
Sorry.
something.
Get the chocolate brown that I just got. That was a pretty color.
Oh, that you just got?
Yeah, you could be a cycle behind me. You could get the chocolate brown and the
God, I
red.
was so excited about red nails. I'll wait till Thanksgiving. Or no, this will be my Thanksgiving nails.
No, it's not.
Oh my god, am I okay? It's literally Halloween.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. No dates to come.
I feel like your nail cycle's off. Like you gotta,
Yeah.
because it's like these last for a while, guys. They do last like 3-4 weeks. But Danielle, normally, I feel like you used to be like, oh, one broke, I have to get it fixed. Like now you're like, fuck it.
Because I don't live as close.
Yeah.
I used to live closer, so yeah.
I got it. It's a trek. I'm not judged. It's a joke, by the way. I don't want to.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. No.
I've noticed.
I feel like you're the same way. You'll get them fixed too.
I would like
immediately.
I got like a crack in, and I'm like, But then that's just me, because then I just am hyper fixating on that the whole time, and like I don't want to be, but I am.
If it was any other color than white, I probably would have gone back, but I was just like, I just don't care. Anyways, you guys are like, okay, nail convo, love. What's your favorite of the week?
So mine, I love a tote bag. I got a Chanel tote, and a few people got upset that then I recommended this other tote because they were like, you just got the Chanel tote. I've been using the Chanel tote or this tote every other day.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
I'm just gonna say this one because it's a more affordable recommendation, and honestly I love it. It's the Free People Cloud Commuter Tote. It's $78. It's pretty high quality, I think, for what it is. It has a laptop sleeve in it. It zips shut. It's comfy on the shoulder. It's not a dupe for your bag, but like it gives the same look and feel.
Yeah,
if you want
it's
that,
got, like the thick black straps, like
quilted,
just very, comfortable,
like puffy looking.
Would you say you copied me?
Yeah, I would say that. I would say that I copied
joking.
you.
I never care.
No,
I didn't even think about that until you said that. I was like, oh, I have ammo. No, it's a good, like, everyone needs like a black tote bag. Like, it's just good. It's sleek. It goes with all your outfits.
I like had to run like multiple errands the other day in the city because I'm just so booked and busy, whatever. But it fits everything comfortably. I feel like sometimes like I'm discombobulated with like a bajillion tote bags, and like this, it fits everything, and it zips up, so you don't feel like anybody's reaching in the city. How do people walk around with backpacks in the city? Because
it stresses me out.
Right?
I'm like, someone could a little bit, boop, I take it.
I just feel like there's so many opportunities for someone to.
I have seen like, I don't know if everyone does this, but I've seen like little locks.
I think
that's a lot to have to open it every time and unlock it.
But then your wallet too. So I wouldn't feel safe in any city walking around with a backpack with my wallet in it. Like, I just feel like someone could reach in and take it.
I remember when I was in college and I was traveling with a backpack, I would always still use like a crossbody and put my wallet in there. So maybe some people do stuff like that. I'm not sure though.
I guess in your like jacket pocket, you could do that.
Yeah, that's just like annoying. Yeah, I don't know. Backpacks are better on your back for sure. Like a tote bag.
I know. It's definitely not good. I feel like my posture is a little uneven these days. All right. What's yours?
I'm going to be honest. I had trouble figuring out a favorite this week. So this one's kind of just pulled from the... I think yours is good because I remember you being like, look at my new tote. Like you were
I was showing it on Instagram. I was very excited about it. I really
think
do like it. Thank you.
Mine is a new purchase that my aunt convinced me to buy because she was loving hers, and I do really like. Of course, I'm like not even wearing it right now, but it's the Dior Lip Maximizer lip gloss.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
They're like plumping, but they don't sting. Whatever. They're really beautiful colors. I got this color called Shimmer Nude, and it's like the first lip gloss I bought in a while. It's not like pinky. It's like a goldy nude, and it just looks so good. Like I love when lip glosses look very glossy, like very like sparkly, like shining. Like my lips were just like. Literally, I got compliments at a store. She was like, your lips look so good. I was like, okay, noted. So, if you want that look for yourself, the Dior Lip Maximizer. Because also, the beauty oils, they're literally always out of stock. And I tried them. They're not my favorite. So, I don't know. I like the look of them, but these feel better. These Dior Lip Maximizers. And they're more glossy, fun. If you're looking for a fun new lip gloss, it's a little expensive, obviously. But, yeah.
I love that. That's a great one. I love a lip gloss. We've both been in our makeup era.
Oh yes, makeup reincarnation. Someone commented on my video yesterday. I don't know if you saw the comment. I should have sent it to you. Like, I'm loving Brooke's makeup reincarnation era.
Oh, thank you.
People always comment on my videos like, tell Brooke she looks amazing. I'm like, I will, but like I probably won't do it all the time. So like, go tell her.
Thank you. I know.
Like, I hope they're commenting on your videos telling you that. Like, I'm sure
I feel like people are
like saying that you look good.
Yeah, they're nice, but I feel like they're nicer on your stuff.
No, it's so insanely nice. I'm like, holy fuck. Like, send her this in a DM. Like,
yeah, I will be like, or tell Danielle her outfit's good. Yeah, like stuff like that.
I feel like you don't really get those. You've never really told me that. People just need to know.
I get them more on like Instagram, I feel like.
Yeah, it's okay. No, it's fine. It's just like a thing. I'm telling you, it's always
that they come to you with the comments from me.
I'm like, I am so happy.
Maybe they're scared to get blocked. They're like,
well, yes, and then I get those too. Like, can you tell Brooke to unblock me, all the things.
I know.
I'm glad that's like been a fun trope for this podcast, honestly.
Yeah, the unblock me, please tell Brooke to unblock. Yes, yeah. I like pleading their case. A lot of people are going to Judge Danny. Their case. I think maybe one was accepted. Back in the rest,
one I definitely, you're like, okay, fine.
Yeah, the rest
still in jail.
Don't do the crime if you can't do the
time. That is literally from Hannah Montana, right?
I thought that's from SpongeBob.
Oh,
when he gets like locked and yeah.
I IDK.
It could be from Hannah Montana too. Anyways, yeah, that is our intro. So I guess we'll be back with like a Halloween recap / everything recap next week.
Halloween weekend recap.
Oh yeah, it should be.
I don't know if I'll have stories or not, but well, Katie's party. We'll have stories from that night.
Yeah, we definitely will.
So yeah. Hope you guys enjoy this episode with Lindsay. Literally get your notepads. You're going to learn so much. And it's just a fun episode. We also talk about her like moving in with her partner and her now husband and dating apps, like advice if you live in a small town, a big town, dating apps, all the things. Like seriously, go like just keep listening. We love you guys and we'll talk to you in a second.
Yeah, enjoy. Hi guys. Okay, we're here now with Lindsay from We Met at Acme. How are you?
Hi, I'm so happy to be here.
We are literally so happy to have you here in your studio. We're like, we're so happy to have you. It is seriously, we're saying this on your podcast, but I mean, we've both been listening to We Met at Acme since college, learned so much from you. So, and I know so many of our listeners listen as well. So it's very exciting for us to have you.
So excited. Yeah, so many people, when I posted that you guys were coming on We Met at Acme, they were like, finally, the perfect crossover.
Oh, no, literally on the same end as us. It's like that Hannah Montana crossover that
yes, it's very, very much so. Okay, so today we wanted to talk to you. We're starting to enter this era of our lives of like wedding season. Yeah, yes. We're very much so. But I'm 25, Danielle's 24, so we're kind of getting into that age range where it's not just like family weddings. I feel like it's more so like friends and coworkers of sorts, like other influencers.
Yeah, like we've all done, you know, like I went to my babysitter's wedding when I was a child and I bought my dress at Macy's and I got my cute little pink dress and, you know, but I don't remember those weddings at all. I just remember going and I don't even think I got to go to the reception. I like had to go home and go to sleep. Yeah. My other babysitter or like, you know, family's weddings. And so this is a whole new ball game, especially we both went to school in the South. So a lot of our friends are definitely about to engage. Like, I just feel, I know one of my friends is about to get engaged this year, and I'm like, oh my gosh, there are so many things. I'm like, when do you get them gifts for this and that and rattle-a-tat? Like, there's just so much. So,
it's a lot.
Okay, I want to start off with, in terms of like the wedding etiquette. Well, where do you learn this from? Like, there's so many unspoken rules. I feel like in terms of attire, gifts, you know, how involved to be with the wedding. Like, is it just you learn it from your friends and you kind of all
family?
Do, like family?
Yeah, like you kind of learn it from experience. You learn it from like how you're raised. I also had an etiquette coach come on the podcast like years ago, and she taught me basically most things I know about etiquette to this day, and it was so helpful.
I need to go back and
listen
to that.
We have to find that.
Yeah, I'll send you the episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that would be really
seriously incredible. So did you along the way, because like obviously there was a first wedding that you went to as like, you know, like kind of what we're saying, like an adult.
Your friends.
Was there anything that happened and you're like, oof, like I'll remember that for next time? Like any sort of like little mistakes, like
oh my
gift
God.
or stuff like that?
I used to be, so when I was 25 was when I made all the mistakes. Like the first few weddings, I had no idea what I was doing. I think I sent something from the registry. Like, I don't even remember. But the first wedding that I was a bridesmaid at, and I talked about this in one of my podcasts, I was the bridesmaid from hell, like from actual hell. I look back and I want to die at my behavior. Like, I was like, oh my God, I hate my makeup. Like, not in any way having the wherewithal to be like, it's about the bride. Like, it's, you know, I was like in such a different place in my life. The fact that like anyone even got married at 25 and we were expected to act normal was crazy to me, because none of us were in good places in our lives. And I'm pretty sure the rest of our friends didn't even get our friend gifts. I got like one thing that was like, I think like $100 off the registry, like for everything, like for like the engagement, for the wedding. I did get her a bridal shower gift because it was like a very clearly like bring lingerie party. But everything else I totally fucked up, and I just like was not, I like when the wedding actually happened, like we were like hyping her up, we were so supportive, blah blah blah, but I just feel like I look back and I cringe on that, and like other weddings that I attended that early on, I just didn't know what to do and what I was doing, and like I wish that somebody had told me the etiquette.
Yeah. Well, it feels like, okay, I have to say, the gifts, why are there so many gifts? Like, why are there gifts for every single, like, step along the way?
So many gifts. It's insane.
Do you have to send for every part along the way, or is that only if you're, like, best friends? Like, what?
So the way that I like to do it, best friend or not, just, like, if I'm somebody that's going to be invited to the wedding, this is how I'll act. When they get engaged, I immediately send flowers. so that like I don't have to do anything if there's an engagement party, you know, because like I sent flowers, like whatever, like right off the bat, like I want to do something right when they get engaged because like the excitement is there. And then but then like if they have a formal engagement party and like it's really nice, like I could bring a gift, but the reality is like you don't ever remember as a bride, you don't ever remember who brought you an engagement gift. Like the only thing that you care about, and it's not even that you care about it because you're petty, you just care about it because you have to make a list of them, is like who got you something for the wedding. Or like who forgot to or whatever.
What would you even bring? Sorry to interrupt, but like what would you even bring to the engagement party if you're bringing a gift?
So this is why I don't think it's necessary to bring an engagement gift to an engagement party, but basically every single person brings you a candle. And you end up the end of the night you have like 100 candles.
Like
and
a
it's
candle,
and it's
or
wild
like-
because no one else really knows what to bring. Like I think a really thoughtful gift is like a framed photo of your engagement photo.
Oh, that's nice.
Or something
That's
like
really
that.
nice.
Or
something customized, or
something,
are we over that?
something customized is nice. Yeah. But beyond that, it's just a lot of candles that you end up
What are
getting.
your opinions on gift cards?
I love a gift card.
Okay.
I'm a huge fan of
Like,
gift
would you give
cards.
a
Some
gift
people are
card?
like, it's not personal enough. I'm like, I don't care. It's
Neither
a
is
gift
a
card and
candle,
I get to
really.
choose. Yeah, I get to choose where I spend it, so that's amazing.
Yeah.
But I think money is weird for an engagement party. Like it's too soon for like a check. And yeah.
That makes sense.
Because I feel like the engagement party scale also like varies. Like I've had friends that are like, oh, it's like we're all meeting at the bar, and then I've had friends that it's like a formal, like, you know, we
at a bar
we
is,
invited
like-
you, like
Right.
yeah,
Not bring
right?
a gift to
Exactly.
the bar necessarily,
No.
especially if you don't have your own area.
Right. Well, then also, if there's already a registry, then you can get like a smaller thing for the engagement party if you want to.
Oh, life hack. I love that. So then engagement party, what's next? Bridal shower?
Bridal shower, usually whoever's throwing it, it's usually like the maid of honor or like their mom or something. And they'll reach out and they'll be like, oh, like bring like a lingerie or like bring like a gift, whatever. That also can happen at a bachelorette, which we'll get to after this. But so bridal shower, usually like a pajama lingerie moment for the bridal
Really?
shower.
It's like a gift for the bride more so than like a gift for
Exactly.
the
It's not about the groom, obviously.
Okay.
It's about the bride, so like you want to bring something like girly.
Okay. So just like girly fun. I didn't know this about like the lingerie pajamas. I should have guessed. That makes sense.
Have you been to a bridal party?
Yeah, but I was so young.
Oh,
I-
like
my
younger
mom
one,
probably hid my eyes when like the bras were out. You know, I think I was that young. It was like a cousin.
Yeah. I went to
Have
my
you?
cousin's like in the
Oh,
past
recently.
year. Yeah, and that was like the first time that I like I was like, oh, we play games? Like I didn't
Right,
know like
the
what to
games.
expect.
And like
yeah.
they open gifts a lot of the time in front of everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Which is something to know. Like if
It's like,
you
"Aw."
yeah, and
get
that's
something inappropriate
that
and, like,
puts a
their
lot
aunts.
of pressure.
Oh, something
because you
to
want to
know
like
me.
have your gift wrapped nicely and whatever, you know, because it's being open in front of everyone else.
Wait, that's actually such a good point to
And
make.
sometimes they'll do it, and that's a game in itself. They open the gift, and then
Right.
they guess who it's from.
Oh, that's cute. Wait, I'm like the queen of bad wrapping. Like I need
you
to
get
just
it
start.
professionally
Yeah,
wrapped,
you
bring
gotta
it
go.
somewhere.
Gotta
Yeah.
go.
It's not just like in a bag with like one piece of tissue paper.
Yeah, which like literally one of mine was back to the early on days.
Right. No, I mean that's what we just. That's good to know. Like at bridal showers, it's like something. Yeah, I feel like I've seen in movies. Like guys, look what she got me.
Yeah.
Or I guess I'm thinking
exactly.
baby showers too. Like look at the little feet. Stuff like that. Okay, that makes sense. So then,
Bachelorette. If you're
Bachelorette.
assuming like you're invited. This is
yeah,
like,
this
we're
is
just
like the bestie one.
Yeah. I mean, if you're invited to the bachelorette, you usually know gifts, but a lot of my friends, because like we're, 32 and like it's a little bit, I don't know, technically like later, even though it's not really late. It's kind of normal for New York, but they'll do like one thing. So instead of like a bridal shower and a bachelorette and a this, like they'll just do one. And so like the gift is for whatever they choose is the one thing that they do.
Like everyone pitches in.
No, meaning like I went to a bachelorette recently, but it was like a bachelorette and bridal shower in one.
Oh.
You know,
that's kinda
instead
nice.
of having
Cut down
like
on the
two
events.
different ones. Exactly. So we ended up bringing lingerie to the bachelorette, where that's not necessarily something that people normally do.
Okay.
That makes perfect sense.
That makes sense. What if that wasn't the case?
If that wasn't the case, you don't need to bring a gift to a bachelorette because like you are the gift. Like you're showing
Yeah,
up, like you're putting in your money, like you're, you know? And then I think it's fine to like the bride should be also paying for her bachelorette. I think it's so ridiculous to treat the bride like it's enough.
That's what I was going to ask, because I just know I'm about to go on some bachelorettes. Like, is everyone, like, when you're at dinner, is it we're all splitting the check?
Yeah.
So, like, normal, just like girls going out.
If someone wants to pay so desperately for the bride, then let that person pay for the bride.
You, like, buy shots for, like whatever.
Yeah, like you can do, like,
treats.
little things here and there, but it's not like the bride gets, like, this free trip just because she's getting married. Because then, like, when it's your turn, like, she'll probably be annoyed with that, too, so...
I have questions on, in terms of just like, all this is very expensive, obviously, right? So you're going on all these things. What if you're not, you're younger, maybe you're not making enough money, whatever it is, like, when is it okay to say no to things? Or like, we have a friend that just got invited on a bachelorette. Luckily, she was like able to go and everything. But to say, conflict or like, whatever. Like, is that acceptable to say no?
Always okay to say no. Always okay. And if the bride is like not understanding of that, then like that is a bridezilla, like that's not like your friend. Most like I guess I didn't really have like a bachelorette or a bridal shower, but there were still people who couldn't make it to my bachelorette, even though it was like in New York City. And like, okay, that's not a big deal, as like at the end of the day, like they only really want you at the wedding. Like that's what this is all for. And so I would never have been offended if someone was not able to make it. I totally understand. Also, like, if it's a cost thing, like, you don't have to say that that's the reason. If you're embarrassed about that, you don't have to be like, hey, I can't afford to go. Like, just be like, hey, I can't make it. Like, I'm so excited to celebrate your wedding. Simple and sweet.
Yeah, sometimes you have to do a little white lie, I have this doctor's appointment, I can't move. So
that type of, like moving things around, but also like, I feel like so many people are doing destination bachelorette and destination wedding. Like it's just
a lot.
so expensive.
It's a lot. I think you can say something like, hey, I really want to like prioritize being at your wedding, so I don't think I can make it to this shower.
I think that's such a great way to word it. And if like the bride really wanted you there, like she could pay for you to be there.
Exactly, but I think. And then she'll be fine.
Okay. Don't worry, I'll see you at the wedding.
Oh, yeah. And then you're like, well, still, it's fine.
Yeah.
So then, backtracking to the timeline, because I'm really enjoying this. From the bachelorette, we get to the wedding. That's registry, basically.
Wedding is registry or check.
Registry or check.
Okay.
Don't try to go rogue with like, oh, I'm like so creative and thoughtful. I'm gonna come up with this like gift that like she'll definitely love. It's like, just stick to, like. That's not to say I didn't get a few of those gifts, which I really loved and appreciated. And like, those were people that really knew me and that I would appreciate those things. But like other people who, like there's always that person that's like, oh, don't like, I'll get you Shabbat candles. And it's like, no.
Like everyone has
that wasn't on my registry.
Like I don't want the Shabbat candles.
Yeah, I feel like weddings are actually the one thing, other than like birthdays, Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever, where it literally gives you a list of what you can buy.
It's like it's right in front of you.
Here you go.
Yeah.
What about if it is like, I know for our friend on her registry, she had travel funds, so we were gonna do that. Like, how much would you like do?
Yeah, monetary.
So if you're attending the wedding solo, I think like the smallest amount is like $100, but ideally you pay $150 for your own like attendance at that wedding. And if you're attending with a significant other, it's $300 because it's $150 each.
Love that.
That's a good tip.
And like depends on a friend. Like, I think also because we're in our 30s, we now give more than that. Like if it's a friend who we are close with but isn't a best friend, like we'll give like $400 for the two of us. And if it's a closer friend, $500. But like it's a lot,
whole
guys.
game.
And that's
so
much
much
money.
money.
Oh my God.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's like,
It's-
this is,
it's
and the dress.
wild.
So let's talk about
Right.
attire because there are so many dress codes of weddings now. Like I feel like there's beach chic. Like right? Like they get very specific. What was your? I don't want to
So
shade yours.
specific.
What was yours?
No, please shade all the way. We were just straight up black tie.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
Simple,
you know what that
to the
means.
point.
But we have been to weddings. We were at a wedding once, and like I love them, and like they're such a great couple. But it was like East Coast meets California chic. What does that mean?
Where was it? Was it on the east or the west coast?
It was in Santa Barbara, but like, what does that mean? Like, how would you
They
dress?
want like preppy. I don't even know.
I want like
Exactly.
a Pinterest board of
but
inspiration.
but you're so on point, Brooke. Like
it's out of control.
every description is more confusing than the next. I love when you go to a wedding and like they can even say like East Coast meets California chic, but then they say like for men wear blazers with this, for women wear block heels, and like just like the more specific the better. Yeah.
I just saw a TikTok of like a wedding, and it was like we asked our guests to wear like it was black tie formal, but
Yeah.
they asked them to wear like all black, and it like they were like in the comments were like I wish I had this, like so
Yeah.
appreciative of very specific.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Like just to
Give
the
a
point.
mood board. Like, give me a mood board. Like, literally.
Right.
I did that for my
Yes.
birthday party. Like, honestly. Because I knew people were going to ask me questions. I was like, here you go.
Oh, that's so smart. I love that and appreciate it.
Right? I feel like that's just so nice.
Yeah.
So nice.
So where are you you have amazing like wedding styles, and you've been going to so many weddings and looking amazing. Where
Thank you.
are you shopping? How like does it take you forever to find these dresses?
Oh, it's really hard. And because it's such like a commitment with money, like you have to be smart about it. So I have a Rent the Runway membership, which like
Okay.
thank God. So a lot of the dresses I will rent. I've worked with like other rental companies as well, but it's important, and it's also so hard these days with Instagram. It's hard to wear the same dress twice. Like I know that sounds so eye roll, but it's just hard if you're taking a photo at each wedding to be wearing a dress over and over again.
So true.
And like this is when it's so funny because on my podcast I asked you guys the biggest regret of being on social media. This is mine.
Oh,
like
really?
having to, because if I wasn't on social media, I could be repeating all these dresses all the fucking time.
yeah.
Oh,
You know,
'cause you never know. Yeah.
So that's hard. So I try to only buy a dress if I'm gonna like wear it again to a different kind of thing. Like I'm not just gonna buy a dress for one wedding. Like I'll buy a dress for this wedding and maybe like wear the dress on like a vacation or something, like, but Rent the Runway. I find like a lot of things on Shopbop, like
Okay.
Revolve, like the basics. And I try to get dresses when they're on sale, like from a different season ahead of time. Like if I know, because you get these
Smart.
wedding invitations, like you get the save the date
Yeah.
like 6 months out. So you can get an on sale wedding. Like if it's like right now, like summer dresses are on sale.
Brilliant.
God.
Wow,
So
that's a
like
really
get
good
some dresses
strategy.
now for your weddings that are like in the summer. It's perfect. And they're
That
like
is
half off.
so genius. Yeah, so we're going to a fall wedding, and I'm like, okay, I guess I need to get like fall colors, like darker colors. But then, like, what do you wear? Is it like a shawl? Like, what are we wearing?
Yeah.
Jackets? Like, these are the things I'm
No, it's a
overthinking
good
about.
question.
No, it's a good question. I will wear like a scarf that's meant to be shawly for a
Okay.
wedding like that, like for
Okay.
a fall wedding. Like
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah, so basically a shawl, yes. And I think also if you have like a tropical wedding, it's really important to not wear black to those.
Oh, okay.
Like you only wear black to like a city wedding.
Okay.
Oh, I always wondered because like black is not against the rules, but it always feels like I'm like, is that okay?
Yeah, it feels like funeral-y sometimes.
Yeah,
Unless it's like
unless they tell you to wear black.
exactly, or like unless you're in a city or it's cold.
It's like that vibe. I know exactly
Right.
what you're talking about. It's like the certain type of people that would be
Right, but like
yes.
in a Mexico or Florida situation,
Okay.
I feel like
Not
avoid the
needed.
black. Yeah.
Okay, so I was talking to my friend about this the other day in terms of like obviously not wearing white, but in terms of like floral
Oh
backgrounds.
yeah, that's a toughie.
Because I saw a wedding and I sent her a picture and I was like, I would die if someone wore, not dramatic, but like if someone wore this floral pattern that had that much white in it to my wedding, like I would just be so upset.
Right.
And she was like, I don't understand, like what's the problem? And I was like, it's not etiquette. Like,
Yeah,
so-
I need to see the dress that you're talking about
Okay,
because I'm curious.
okay.
But it's definitely like you have to have more of the color in the dress than the white. You can't have more of the white than the color.
That makes sense.
I feel like if I'm just like such a rule follower, I'm like, if it was
Yeah.
any white, like I would be
Right.
so
It's just like it's not the day to
Yes.
wear white. It's just
No,
what's
like,
the
it's
point?
just not.
You know?
Like you
Yeah.
don't want to feel all weird the whole
Yeah.
event. Like you don't want to feel like people are thinking about it, whatever, even though no one probably
But
knows,
if you really want, like, if you have a dress that you really love that you want to wear to a wedding that you're like on the fence about and you're close enough with the bride, I would just ask the bride.
Oh yeah, I've fully sent the bride like 3 things already. But she's like fashion guru, so she
yeah.
she literally is another influencer, and she has made Revolve lists and posts on her story like for the wedding guest. I'm like, oh, so I'll just buy one of these.
Yeah,
It's already
yeah, yeah.
approved by her.
It's pre-approved.
That's
But it was so
amazing.
interesting because on hers, is hers black tie? Did she say?
Whose wedding is this?
That's a good question.
Her
It's
name
her
is
friend
Sarah.
Sarah Bell. She's like a not old school, like old YouTuber from back in the day.
Okay.
Like with us.
She lives in
So
Nashville.
You've probably seen her stuff somewhere.
Yeah, I'll
maybe.
check her out.
Yeah.
But we're very excited, so that will be.
No, but like on there, she had like short dresses and long dresses, and I'm like,
Oh, interesting. So
'Cause,
it's
like,
not
if-
black tie.
I guess it must not be, but also it's not necessarily like for her guests. It's just like for her followers. But I'm like in my head, like this must correlate to, her wedding as well. So I don't know. Have you ever been to a wedding and people are wearing short dress? Well, if it's not black tie.
I have been to a wedding where people have been wearing short dresses, and I'm upset by it. Like,
So you feel
wow.
okay?
yeah,
That's
no
what I'm
one
trying to
wore
feel
a
at.
short dress to my wedding. I probably wouldn't. I don't know if I would have noticed because I was so in my own world, but I don't like it. It's not black tie in my
Yeah.
opinion. And some people will like think that they can get away with it because like it's like a very expensive
Intricate,
dress, and I'm
yeah.
like, no, like
Yeah.
if you're dropping that much on a dress, have it be long.
That's
And that's like the one time in your life that you like have a black tie. You
I
only
know.
have so many.
Right, like play
Right?
dress up. It's fun.
Yeah.
formal. Have
Wear your
fun.
short dress to like your night out.
Yeah. No, I'm glad I asked you that because
That's
that's been
a-
weighing on me. I was
Yeah.
so curious.
And that's a good tip with the like buying them on sale and stuff, because I feel like that definitely like adds up and whatever.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like people do a lot of the rental services. We like
Yeah.
Fashion Pass,
Oh,
but
yeah.
like I feel like people do a lot of that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Do you
those
get
are
it in
great.
advance so that you make sure that it fits and everything? That's the one thing about that. I feel like it's kind of risky if it's like, oh, I have a wedding next week. Like, I'll just rent the runway. Like, what if it doesn't
Yeah, well, I
work?
read like a lot of the reviews and like
Okay.
see how it fits other people who have the same like body type. And because they're so fast, like at like delivering the dresses
Yes.
and stuff, like if it doesn't fit, I can just return it and get another one with it. Like
Yeah.
you just can't do
Nice.
it like last minute.
Okay.
Yeah, you like actually have to plan a little bit. That makes sense. So you were talking a little bit more about when you were younger and you were in weddings and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't like my makeup, stuff like that. So what's your opinion if you're a bridesmaid and like are we just going with it? Like you literally hate your makeup. Are we just going with it?
Oh yeah, we're going with I mean,
Okay.
you fix it yourself. Like you just go into the bathroom, you take off that makeup, and then you do your own makeup.
What if like hair was like I don't know if people do this anymore, but
Yeah.
like everyone had to get specific updo. You just
Oh.
like have
Yeah.
you? I don't know. I've seen this in movies. Again, I'm new.
yeah. Then
Yeah.
you get it. Then you get the updo.
Oh,
you
okay.
know, like you
Yeah.
are
You and an updo.
you are the muse of this bride, and you kind of just gotta go with it. Like that's you signed up. You agreed to be a bridesmaid. You are doing whatever the bride wants.
That is true. She
Yeah.
does ask you if you want to be a bridesmaid.
She does.
I've heard people complaining too about like if they require you to get hair and makeup, but they don't pay for it and
Oh,
stuff.
that's trash.
right.
So
I
you
think
That's
pay
not
for
okay.
outrageous.
That's not okay. Absolutely not
saying
okay.
you have to get those services combined are like $500. Like,
Yeah,
right?
it's
That's
ridiculous.
outrageous.
That's,
Wedding
that's
makeup.
out of control.
Yeah.
That was another thing as a young wedding attendee, I never got my hair and makeup done. I would show up to these weddings like a fucking like I am today.
What
Like-
if I guess it depends on the wedding, but do
Yeah.
most people usually like all get ready together and like? Or
I
is it
guess
half
if
and
it's
half?
destination, maybe, but no, not really. I mean,
Like for the
maybe-
bridesmaids?
Oh, you mean like do bridesmaids get ready?
Yeah,
together?
bridesmaids,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
just,
I thought you
like-
meant like friends attending
Yeah,
weddings.
yeah, no.
Yes, always. Yeah, at my wedding we did that. At the weddings I've been a bridesmaid at, got ready with the bride.
Yeah.
And like that's all like such a fun time. You listen to great
Yeah.
music. You pump each
Yeah,
other
that sounds so
up.
fun.
Like you get hype. It's really fun.
What did you do in the way of bridesmaid? I feel like I should know this from your wedding.
I know, I
'Cause
feel like I
I
should know
followed
this.
attentively. What did you do in the way of bridesmaid dresses?
I gave them 3 colors,
Nice.
and I was like, I want. There were 9. I was like, I want 3 of you in green, 3 of you in yellow, 3 of you in blue. Choose your
love.
colors, and go. And here's my mood board.
Yeah,
My,
that's,
my
Thank
vision
you.
board. My
Love
vision
'em.
board. Yeah.
that is so great. So was there any like maybe they didn't even tell you, but was there any like fighting? Like I want blue, but there's only
I
one
think
left.
like I knew that certain people would want certain colors, so I was like, choose your color ASAP. And then
Right.
some people were texting me on the side like, I need green, or like I need blue, and I'm like, well then respond to the email like now, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't think that anyone was like that upset to have whatever
yeah,
color
those
they
are great
got.
colors.
3 different
Yeah.
color options. I mean,
I love
And
that.
it
That's
wasn't
generous.
like it wasn't solids only. Like you could have a color that had a dress that had yellow in it.
Love
for
yellow.
you know.
And it was
really
get your own
generous.
dress. It wasn't like get from.
It was get your own
Love
dress,
that.
spend whatever you want.
long dresses,
Long dresses.
material. Did you say
No material.
Wow,
Yeah.
you were an easy.
Actually, pretty
yeah.
chill. I feel like I'm gonna be a little bit more intense.
I was shocked myself at how
Yeah.
chill of a bride I was. Like I had one of my friends came up to me on my wedding day, and he was like, "You are shockingly calm," and I'm like,
That's
I
incredible.
literally don't know how, but
It's kind of like when you have a baby. Like you never know how it's
yeah,
gonna be
you
until
never
it
know.
happens.
You never know.
That's an amazing compliment. Okay, so we can kind of like wrap up that conversation on weddings because we have some other topics that we want to get into.
Let's do it.
Well, we obviously have followed like your whole relationship journey and like you moving in with your partner and now getting married, etc. I feel like we're at another age where a lot of our friends and that's like I guess the next step in our lives. I hate to be corny like that, but would be moving in with someone.
Yeah.
And like I go back and forth in my head about this. I'm like, oh, it's a big deal. And I'm like, no, it's not a big deal. Like we already spent so much time together.
Yeah.
I feel like you do too.
I literally like one day I'm like, actually, let's move in tomorrow. Let's break our leases. And then the next day I'm like, oh my God, I still need to have my Carrie Bradshaw moment living alone in New York City. That's actually a really good point.
Yeah.
I feel like it just kind of depends on the day.
It's
like
not
what
like a
you're
linear
feeling.
thought process.
Totally.
Like you're kind of all over the place. And then you're like, I don't want to do it too soon. Like
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any like big things that you've learned from it? I guess like age wise, I feel like we have friends that are younger than us that are doing it. I guess
Right.
age doesn't really matter. But are you like wait as long as you can? Or
Yeah.
do it now?
I think the most important thing about moving in with a partner is living alone before you do that, if you're able to. It is the best experience ever to live alone, to have your own space, to know yourself, to be alone with your thoughts, to love your life living alone, and I would say after you've lived alone for like at least a year and you love being around this person, you basically know what it's like to live with them, and you know that you want to spend your life together, you want to be out in the open with finances and all those things, then you're ready to live together. But you have to have those like discussions or at least know where it's going to go. Like some people are just too quick to be like, oh yeah, let's just live with each other just because like, it's cheap. And that's not like the way to go. But definitely like hold on to your alone space as long as you can, because it is a huge life change living with someone.
That's actually a really nice tip if you're able to live alone, because I feel like a lot of people go from living with a roommate and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, I'm moving in with my boyfriend.
Right.
And it's really lovely if you can to live alone. I feel like to like learn
Totally.
so much about yourself, and then that's kind of the next step. And then
Exactly.
you can move in with your significant other. It is scary. Like obviously I love my boyfriend so much, but I'm like, what if we broke up? Then it's so bad. Like you're
Right.
literally, so you have to be like so willing to kind of like delve into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a friend who she and her boyfriend just broke up and they still live together. And it's really hard.
That's so terrible.
Do they sleep in the same bed?
Yes.
Are they gonna get back together?
No, they just like can't afford to move out. And this
Right.
has like happened to so many people. It's crazy.
Whoa.
And like they don't have family in the city, so like they can't like get out of their lease.
Me, okay, Carrie Bradshaw for another year.
Yeah, you're like now I'm sold. Like,
It is.
yeah.
Did you? I know you guys moved in together like during pandemic, right? So it just kind of made sense.
Right.
Before that, did you see yourself like, did you have a kind of a thing in your mind like this is when I'll move in with my partner?
I never really did. I knew like around a year and a half was always going to be like a time where I would, if I were still
Consider.
dating someone, consider moving in with them. Also depending on age,
Right.
but I just, and I think that we definitely were like kind of forced into living together with my parents, which was a whole thing during the pandemic. And then it was like, oh, well, like, I don't want this to change. But I think, I like lost sight of the question, but basically.
No, just like
Yeah.
like before you guys started dating, like did
Yeah.
you have something in your mind?
Oh,
So-
did I have something in my mind?
You said yeah, like a year.
Yeah,
and a
Yeah.
like
half.
a year and a half was probably, like, if the pandemic never happened, that's probably when we would have moved in together.
Okay, so
Or,
kinda
like, before then or by then.
right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I,
guess-
feel like it is like a big life step though, because I agree with what you're saying. I mean, like hypothetically, if all goes right, you wouldn't go backwards from that point, right?
Right,
Like,
exactly.
so
And it's also like by a year, like you pretty much know if like you want to, spend another year with this
Right,
person.
yeah.
And if you're in your 30s especially, like for sure if by a year if you're going to, end up with this person. And then so it's like let's have the rest of our lives start. Like, I'm excited, you know?
Especially when, like, I remember, like, into, like, a year, and when Ryan and I were dating, we did something. It was, like, during the holidays, and he was like, we should do this next Christmas. And I was like,
Yeah.
he wants to do a next one? Like, I don't know if you've had that in your
Yeah.
relationship. And
No,
you're like,
it's
oh, my
nice
God,
to do those
whoa.
things.
Like, we're
Yeah.
both kind of on the same page. And obviously have
Right.
bigger
Yeah.
conversations.
Yeah.
But that moment when you're like, oh, we're both down for another year. You
Yeah.
know, it's like
Yeah.
a renewal.
Right,
Like, how are we
renewal.
doing?
yeah. Would you like to renew
Yeah.
your subscription?
Actually, Ryan and I do this thing. We don't do a renewal system, but
Uh-huh.
every year on our anniversary, we do rose, thorn, and bud. And so we'll kind of the same, you know, like, what's the best thing? What's the worst thing? Like, what can we work on? Like, what are we looking forward to
I
growing?
love
Like, are we
that.
good?
Very mature.
Like,
very-
it's his idea, which doesn't make sense at all. But, yeah. So
I love
very
that.
Little
Those
renewal.
check-ins are amazing.
it's so good. I like feel like I want to start doing them. Like, my mom and her boyfriend actually do them every morning.
Every morning.
Yes, they just started doing this
Whoa.
like in the last month, and she said it has
Whoa.
changed everything. They're like, "What do you need from me today?" And I'm like, I
Whoa.
don't know if I could get Ryan to sit down and do that every morning yet, but I really like that a lot.
I like that too. I
You
might
know?
adapt that.
I think you should. I feel maybe I will too tomorrow. We'll
Yeah.
text each other about it.
We'll see.
But I feel like it's just like even just like not it doesn't have to be deep and just sit down and be like, what do you need? Like what like do you need help today? Like do you need love today? Do you need like to be on
Right.
your own today? I feel like that's so helpful so you don't get offended by anything they do, vice
Totally.
versa. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Love that.
You guys are
Random
really
little
inspiring
thing
me.
there. But so anyways, back to moving in with your significant other. So once you guys moved in, like you said, yeah, you have to like talk about your finances and like the rent and everything. Like
yeah.
that really stresses me out too. Cause like you guys have such
Deciding how to
different
split it.
professions and everything. Was that
Totally.
hard for you? Or since he was the right person, it felt comfortable?
It was really easy. Like, we just like brought up Excel and like put literally
Okay.
every like financial thing and like where each account was and what was in each account, and like, you know, if there's debt or if there's this or if there's that. We just put it all into an Excel.
Oh, so you like showed your bank account.
Oh yeah, we showed everything to each
Was
other.
any of it
Fuck.
shocking to either party? I'm
I
sorry
was
if this is too
like,
personal. Or,
no,
like, in a good
not
or
at
a bad
all.
way.
Like, I
mean,
was
yeah.
like,
Oh my god.
Oh.
That like actually gives me anxiety.
Yeah.
Like
Well, what I will say, it's shocking how much money you spend when you're in business
Yeah.
school. And he was like, he had X amount, and then he went to business school, and all they do in business school is go on trips and spend money, and they're not
right.
making income.
Right.
So,
For students.
and then like after business school, you're like back to square one. So I was like, oh shit, you really went ham in business school.
Yeah.
Other than that, no, not really. I mean, he is like a responsible guy, and so like it was what I expected. And I'm an irresponsible girl, so it was what he expected.
Yeah, because like I feel like being on social media, like our jobs are so unique, and like
Yeah.
Yeah.
money comes in at different times. It's not
Yeah.
like this is my salary
Totally,
necessarily. So,
totally.
I mean, obviously, like your partner should have an idea of what's going on, like based off comments you make and
Right.
like your spending and your rent and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that is, I'm glad it was easy for you. I don't know
Yeah,
if it'll be easy for
but
you.
no, it will be. But I had relationships in the past where he wouldn't even tell me what he made, which is
Oh.
such a red flag.
Yeah, you need to know.
And
basis.
so like that, I think going from a relationship like that to a relationship like this, where we were being so open and honest and putting everything on the table, it was so refreshing.
that is nice. I think I overthink it.
No, I mean you have to do it. Like how
No,
can you
you
just
literally
be like,
have
all right,
to.
we'll figure out. Like
Yeah,
you know, I guess
No,
you
I
have to do it because
It's
otherwise,
only
like you
fair,
might
too.
be getting like gypped of like what if you're gonna split rent, you have to know that both of you should be splitting rent.
Right.
Yes.
If one is making like a ton more than the other, maybe that person should be paying more,
Yeah.
or you know whatever, finding a different place together.
Absolutely. No, that definitely makes sense. And honestly, maybe Ryan could give me money advice. So he's in finance.
Yeah, there you
He
go.
could give us all money. advice.
Yeah, I know. He's
Or just
definitely-
money because he
I
works in
know.
finance.
Yeah.
He has Excel sheets for his own self. Like, this is how much I'm going to spend on food this month. I'm like,
Oh,
wow.
wow.
I
So
need
That would
to
be
do that.
easy for. He's made use Excel sheets too.
Yes, he has. You know,
Like yeah, about
Yeah.
things. So I feel like that would be useful. So
Yeah.
you're in a good spot with that.
Yeah.
I feel like.
I know.
It's like that is another like next step though, because you're right. Like you know, like baseline like salary, like you know, big debts, like things like that. But I feel like, especially in your 20s, I don't think it's as open. I would say,
Right.
financially. You know, like it's not like I don't own a house that I'm like, oh, like my house that I like. I don't
Right,
know.
right,
Yeah,
right.
how much my house is going for.
Yeah,
Stuff like that.
yeah.
We don't have like assets. Like, we're renters. We live in
Yes.
a rental world.
Right, exactly.
Oh my god. Okay, that was a
It's
lot
a
of
lot.
finance.
I know. sorry.
Another conversation shift because you are definitely one of like the key people that inspired me to use dating apps, like very normalizing them as they should be. But I feel like there's still people who experience a lot of they're single, they move to a new city, they are like, oh yeah, like I want to use dating apps, but like they set up the profile, they never really use it because they get maybe like dating app anxiety, they get nervous going on dates and whatever. So kind of just like a little bit of a pep talk to our listeners, or kind of, I don't even want to say destigmatizing it, because there like what? I feel like everybody's on dating apps.
Everyone.
Yeah, I think we're
but not
over
everybody
that.
uses them. Do you feel like this maybe with
Yeah,
your
no, I
friends
think
too?
that people get so overwhelmed by them that they just like shut down and they're like, I don't want to go on it. It's too scary. There's too much to like sift through. But you have to like reframe that narrative of like, I get to use dating apps. How fun is that? I'm going to like have fun with it, as if like this is like, you know, my friend's profile, or like as if like I'll dedicate an hour to this like for my Thursday night that I'm staying in, you know, and just go in and like actually start fun conversations. Not like, hey, how are you? How was your week? Like, but fun conversations with people. Like, be weird and like let your freak flag fly. And I always say like, look at dating apps like remember when we used to like be on Facebook and like you would take over a friend's Facebook profile and be like, and like change her status and do this and do that. Like pretend you're hacking something when you're on the dating app and like have fun with it.
Yeah.
That is such a good mindset. So I have a question. Have you ever had listeners write into you saying, you know, 'cause in big cities, dating apps are like so normal. I hate to use that word, but like so big. But I have some friends that live in like upcoming, you know, bigger cities, like, you know, like Nashville, Charlotte, Atlanta, and they feel a little bit weird. What do you have to say about that? Like, you know, like
I think like everyone, big or small city, is on the dating apps. Like if you have a phone in your hand, like you are probably on a dating app. So it's like everyone that you would meet at like that local bar is like also on a dating app. And what's so great about dating apps is like most dating apps, you're liking each other, or like, you know, you have to like each other to match. And so instead of that like awkward tension at the bar where like they don't know if you like them and you don't know if they're single, like just on that dating app, you both say like, oh, I like you, I'm down, you're hot. And so like you already have that initial thing in the door. Yeah. And so it's just so much easier to connect. And it's like, it doesn't make it awkward if it's a small town. It actually makes it easier.
That's so true. There's like less to like, you know, sift through. And you know, like, especially if they're like on like in a smaller town, I feel like it's like, okay, no, I want like a boyfriend or a girlfriend.
Yeah.
So I'll have to pass that on to my friend, because she's like really struggling with it, and she like feels weird being on it. I'm like, dude, no, like that guy is also on it, clearly.
Right, exactly.
Like you guys literally work in the same building, like whatever.
There's nothing to be weird about it.
I think that's what people stress about too. They're like, what if my coworkers see me? What if whatever? But it's like, we're all using them though.
Right. So. I mean, like, think about Grindr. Literally, Grindr tells you if there's like a guy right there who's into you.
It's distance,
and, like,
right?
Yeah. And it's like, who cares? It's cool. Like, hey, what's up? You
it's
know?
literally like that person's down. Like it just makes it easier. Like, oh, I don't know if this person has a boyfriend, whatever. Not on this app. Well, you have to hope.
Yeah.
You have to hope.
You have to hope.
You never know.
Are you
really
against?
never know.
I messaged my boyfriend first. Are you against messaging
Not
first?
at all.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God, I'm such a huge fan.
Oh, okay, cool.
Even asking a guy out first, but then like you let them take it from there.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like when you match, like?
This is like advice, not like experience. I know. I feel like we're
not you.
Yeah.
When you're on the dating app.
But I was
like
on them.
No. Of course,
when Sally matches with someone, like let's say it's not like Bumble, it's just one where like Locks Club, like where it's anyone. Would you recommend like waiting and seeing if they do, or are you just kind of like whatever if you're feeling it?
It doesn't matter if you're feeling it. Say something. If their profile, like you want to comment on something on their profile, as opposed to a photo, I say, like usually because you want to like interact with something they gave you, like some information about them or whatever, like how you and your boyfriend started.
More personality based.
I think it makes like less. Hi, how was your weekend? Or like, hi, how are you? Like,
or like you look cute here. Yeah, like no.
Yeah, like then it's like red flag, because it's like you're just looking at me.
Right.
Like the good thing about these apps now, it's not just like a photo and you swipe. Like there's actually content to it.
Right,
so
which
that
is
makes
great.
sense.
It makes it easy to respond to
and you
interact
do
with.
A lot of like dating app makeovers. Do you have any like common things? Like what would you say are your biggest, not red flags, but things that people should change or update in their profile? We've had this where friends will show us their dating app profile, and like low key we're thinking things in the back of our mind. But, like you're like, should I say something? Like it's kind of like asking about their outfit. Do you say something? Do you not?
Right.
You need newer photos. Like you need at least like 1 or 2 photos without sunglasses. You need not like, you can't have edited photos up there, or like everything's like a headshot or two. Like, like a lot of influencers have like the worst actually dating app profiles because all the photos are like professional shots from like events. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, this is not relatable, And you want to have like at least one photo with friends. It can be nice to like have a family photo in there. And
maybe.
like, I think a photo of like your whole self, not just like your face.
Yes.
Can be good, just like so people know who you are when they like find you at a bar.
Right.
Totally.
Like, and don't be afraid to like ask your friend like, how's my profile? Like, does this accurately represent me?
That's a good way to ask the question rather than like, what do you think? Like, does this represent me?
Right. Like,
Because then that might be more honest too, rather than just
exactly.
like, you look great. Like, no, actually, like that's not really you. You're not like a huge partier or whatever. I feel like that's a good point.
yeah, and like try to show some personality on there. Like try to say something. Like I have so many women who will be like, I just like want a guy who's funny, and like their profile is so dry and like boring and not funny. And I'm like, you attract funny with funny.
That's so true. Like the funny guys want to be with other funny people. They want some entertainment. So.
Yeah. Or like they can only start their funny response in response to something that you've said that
course.
like
So
give them
that-
something to work with, you know?
Yeah.
That makes complete
So
sense.
what apps should people be on? Like Hinge is like the big one most of these
Hinge
days,
is the
right?
best one,
Yeah.
I think. Locks is a good
Yes,
one. Ray is trash, honestly.
I feel the same way.
I can officially say it without
few
getting
moments
scared about being kicked off, as I was years ago. Yeah, trash. So Hinge, Locks Club, Bumble. I actually don't think that you need to be on more than one dating app. Like choose
really?
your fighter and stay with that one.
Yeah, because it's like a whole like routine of checking in and stuff.
And also, like, if a guy sees you on multiple dating apps or vice versa, then you just like get less attracted to them because you're like, this person's on every dating app.
Yeah, like they're on the hunt. No, I don't like that. Oh, something I just learned recently about dating apps. This thing on Hinge, they're giving the roses.
Oh yeah.
Did you ever do that?
No.
Okay.
It was after.
Oh, okay,
me, but
so it's newer.
I don't like the idea of giving
Okay,
roses.
yeah,
I hate that whole feature.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
It's so stupid. It makes it's the same thing as like a super like. Remember that back in the day?
Yes.
Tinder,
It's it's not a good look.
Because that's not someone that you matched with, right? It's just someone you saw.
They put like the standout, so like the hottest guys and the hottest girls in
they
like this
make
box, and like you can pay money to send them a rose. So then like they just end up making you look bad because like you paid extra because they were in the hot box.
right. You weren't in the box.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you weren't
That's
even on my
insane.
main page. You were on my
Right.
like special page.
Right.
Like,
Okay,
yeah.
it's
a humbling
So don't give the roses. It's not the Bachelorette. We're not doing it.
I wouldn't give roses, but like I would pay for Hinge Premium, like
Right. Okay. That's where you
because
can
then
use
you
your
get
expenses.
more, and then you don't have to give roses.
Yeah, I paid for dating apps when I was on them.
Yeah,
I think
why
I
not?
think you could also get really specific with your preferences if that's like what you're into or
Exactly.
whatever.
Yeah. If like height matters to you, if religion matters to you, whatever.
Yeah.
That sort of stuff.
I love that.
I feel like that was a very encouraging chat because we have a lot of friends that are. I have so
Yes.
many friends that are just like I'm nervous about it. I feel weird. Like
Right.
I want to go and like I've been messaging with this guy, but like it makes me nervous. And you know, I feel like once you go on one, I feel like you get a little more.
Yeah, you got to
comfortable
get
with
to the in
idea.
person like
Yes.
ASAP, so that like you're not making it bigger than it is
Right.
and like scarier.
Yeah,
that.
I used to like listen to like podcasts and like music and stuff before to hype up. I would always
Yeah.
call you.
Oh,
my
yeah.
God, that was
Yeah,
routine,
call
yes.
a great friend to
So
like
fun, I
hype you
miss
up.
that.
And like think of it as you're going in making a new friend at the end of the day. Like if it's
Yeah.
like the very worst, you learn something new about someone. And that's cool.
Or it's like a story. Like for us, I was like,
Exactly.
hey, for the podcast,
Oh,
if it doesn't
yeah,
work out.
yeah.
It was great.
yeah, even
like-
if you don't have a podcast, just pretend you do
For the
story.
friends.
Yeah.
Content
Audio
for your
message.
friends. Yes.
That audio message that comes
Content
through.
for your friends podcast.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly. Oh my God, this was so much fun.
So much
So
fun.
fun.
Lindsay,
Yes,
thank you
I
so
know.
much. We have learned so much. I know our listeners really appreciate this because so many of us are like just entering that era, and you're just giving all the best tips.
Yeah, amazing.
Thank you. Thank
Where
you guys
can
so
everybody
much.
find you?
You can find me on Instagram at We Met at Acme or wherever you listen to podcasts.
We met at Acme.
You check her out, guys, and our episode. will be
Yes,
up
and
soon.
listen to our episode. It's going to be a good one.
100%. Yes, it's so fun, guys.
God,
Yeah,
thank
if you
you.
want to hear stuff that Brooke and I don't talk about on our podcast,
Uh-huh.
go to We Met at Acme. Mom,
like
not you.
eating ass.
Mom, don't go there. But we love you guys so much. Thanks so much for listening, and thank you again, Lindsay.
Thank you.
guys.
Bye.